everyone, it's me, Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome back to another video. Well, it's Tuesday, so it's time for Tuesday Talks with Terry. So first I want to talk about my cubbyhole project. So I had talked about, I'm trying to remember when it was. Was it Thursday? Or was it Wednesday? I don't even remember when. No, it was Friday. It was Friday, the Finish It Friday video. I had talked about that I had figured out something to do with the yarn that I chose for my cubbyhole challenge project. Just as a reminder, I had picked a cubbyhole back there, number 34, I think. Anyway, it was all charcoal, black and charcoal yarn, just dark. It's just a dark cubbyhole back there. And so I was trying to figure out what to do, and at first I was thinking about amigurumis, but I couldn't really think of any that I wanted to do. I thought a zebra would be cute, but I didn't want to have to cut do the mane, cut all the strands for the mane and do all that. I didn't feel like doing that. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll find some sort of a blanket throw, something. And first, I found this pattern. This is a Stitch Your Library because it's been in my Ravelry library where I had just bookmarked it, free pattern, and had been in there for years. And so it is called, I even printed it out. It is called the Eventually Granny Square, and it's by Becky Simmons. And I definitely want to make this eventually. Eventually. Yeah, I definitely want to make this. It's very interesting. I think it'd be interesting putting it together. But I'll just show you. Here is a picture of the pattern, okay? But you can do all different colors and color schemes, and it'll make it totally look different. Well, so what I did is I looked at the pattern, and I like to go to the projects page and look to see other people's projects and what colors they used for that blanket. And so this is what attracted me to it. Now I will pop in a picture right here, but I was going to look at it right quick on my phone so I can remember okay, yeah, so here it is right here. This is the one I was thinking about because it uses black. And I thought, oh, well, that's good. That'll use some of that black. So this one uses black, pink, and white. But I really like the design of that. I think it just looked really cool looking. And so I was going to do that. But then also I thought, well, I don't know if I have enough pink or the right pink. I mean, I've got pink. I'm looking down here. I've got some pink, but not enough probably of the right color. I don't know. Anyway. What I decided to do is, well, like I said, I was going to do that. And then so I was looking, but then I started looking through my photos on my phone later just to try to clean off pictures and stuff. And so I was scrolling back through my phone, and there was a screenshot of a chart, a corner-to-corner chart that I had for quite a while. So that reminded me, and when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, and my husband happened to be here, and I showed him the picture. I said, look, here's a corner-to-corner chart I saved to my phone quite a while ago. And what do you think about that one? Because it's got a black background. And he says, yeah, you need to do that one. That one would be a really neat, a cool project to do. And it's a retro project. And, so yeah, we were thinking, because he was saying that little young man, our grandbaby, that he would really enjoy that. Although I don't think, this was like before his time, because he was born in 2021. But his dad, my son, would definitely recognize it. And of course, us too. Anyway, so my husband was like, yeah, you need to do that one. And so then I was thinking, okay, well, what I like to do with corner to corner is either print out the picture, but it's such a big project that I didn't think that if I printed it out, the squares would be really small. I probably could. I don't know. I'd have to really shrink it, and then it would be hard marking, because I like to have a physical chart when I'm doing corner to corner, so then I can use a pencil, mark my progress off as I go. And so I was thinking, well, I could sketch it onto, I have a tablet, I don't have it in here, but I have a tablet full of graph paper that I ordered, I think, off of Amazon. And so I went and I counted the squares on each page to see it wasn't near big enough. And so I was like, okay, well, what do I do now? And then, you know, I was like, well, I could tear out pages, tape them together, and then chart the picture, because it's 80 squares by 100 squares. And so my husband was so sweet. He was giving me suggestions on, well, we could do it this way, we could do it that way, we could put it on this board, we could do this. And so he says, I'll tape it for you. So because he is well, not architecture, but he's an engineer. And when he went to school for engineering, they did a lot of drafting and that sort of stuff back when you did drafting, you know, drawing models and charts and things, you know, on paper. And so he's real good at working with paper and taping big sheets together to make up larger drawings, you know, and stuff. Anyway, he says, I'll tape it together for you. So he did. And so I had talked about this all Friday, most of this. Anyway, I had said that on Tuesday, I would share with you the picture that I'm going to be doing. And so let me go ahead. Let's see. I will pop in the chart first. This is the chart, the screenshot. Now, there's a website. Let me see. Magic something. Let me find it. It's on the screenshot picture. Where'd it go? Magic Yarn Pixels. Yeah, so I will link it down below in the description box, because it is a free chart, and that is the website that it came with. And the only reason I remember is because it's written at the bottom of my screenshot on the picture. Anyway, here it is. Okay, here it is. I popped it in right here. So as you can see, it is the Pac-Man ghosts. Oh my goodness, when I saw that, I thought, oh, that'd be a cute blanket. For any of you, if you are kind of in my age range, you probably remember the video game Pac-Man with the little ghosts, you know. Well, that's what that is. And so that is the corner to corner project that I have decided to tackle. And so let me go ahead and show you my chart. I drew it all out after my husband taped the papers together. And so I drew it all out. Let me see if I can pick it up. I have it on a cutting board, but I'm going to try to pick it up loose here so you can see my chart. Yeah, see? Here is the chart right there. I drew it all out. Yeah. And so I am working on it. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, I'll do it this way. Okay, now can you see where can you see where I've been marking off the lines right there? Yeah. So I'm on about row 50, something like that, and it's 80. When I get to 80, that will be one complete side, okay? Not 50, I'm all around 47, something like that. But it's 80 squares across that you keep increasing, and then once I get to that 80, you know, across, that's the bottom side, and then I will be keeping that one steady and increasing one side, but keeping the other one the same. So I'll be like increasing and decreasing. Anyway, that will turn out to be a rectangle. Okay, I do have a tutorial. I've gotten a lot of C2C. I have a corner-to-corner tutorial, just a basic corner-to-corner. You need to learn that first before you try graphgans. But I do have that tutorial, and then I have a second tutorial that was like a part 2 from that one that shows you how you can make a rectangle instead of making a square shape. And that one, I don't think as many people has seen that one or knew that one existed. So I could actually put that one down below in the description box. My corner-to-corner tutorial, left and right hand version, is always in the description box below because it's one of my more popular videos that people look for. And so I put that one down below. But I can also put the part 2, which is the one that shows you how to do a rectangle, down below also in the description box. Okay, anyway, so that's what I've been working on, and the colors I'm using are Red Heart Super Saver Black, Red Heart Super Saver Cherry Red, I think it is. Red Heart Super Saver Turquoise is my bluish color. The pink I'm using isn't, I think it's Perfectly Pink, and that's Red Heart Super Saver. And then on the chart, I'll just show you right here instead of popping the picture up again. There it is. See how they have yellow ghosts? Well, I'm not doing the yellow. I'm making them orange because I was going through my pictures of, well, I Googled pictures of the Pac-Man ghosts, and more of them show that that one is not a yellow one. It should be an orange one. So I'm using orange, and I think it's a Mainstays orange is what I'm using. Okay, now I did take a picture because if you have followed me in the past when I do C2C graphgans, you know that I have all those bobbins connected to it, so it's hard for me to pick it up to show you because I've got all those bobbins connected to it. But I did lay it out and took a flat picture of it so you can see what my progress is so far. So let me go ahead and I will pop that picture in right here. So there is what I've done so far. I've just been so excited about working on it. I've done quite a bit. So as you can see in the picture, let me pull that picture up so I can look at it at the same time. Yeah, so if you can see in the picture, the red one, what was down the corner, is totally complete. The turquoise one is almost complete. I've got a pink one up in the top corner that's almost complete, and then I've got little bits and pieces of some more. But anyway, the chart has 4 ghosts across. So see, I've already done 2 ghosts, so I'm about halfway as far as the width goes. So it's 4 ghosts across and 5 ghosts up. But I decided to alter it a little bit because I was showing my son and daughter-in-law the other day, and they were like, oh, that is so cool. And then I think it was my daughter-in-law that had suggested that I needed Pac-Man in there somewhere. So I kind of charted out a Pac-Man by looking at other Pac-Man designs and fitting it to the exact space that one of those ghosts takes up on my chart. So I did chart out a Pac-Man. He's kind of sort of looks okay, I guess. I may have to do something with his mouth. I don't know, maybe it's this way. Yeah, it's this way. I may have to, I'll let my son, who's an artist, let him look at it, see if he thinks that looks pretty good, if I need to do something else. But what I'm thinking about doing is using this and inserting it, like substituting this for one of the ghosts just randomly on the blanket, at least one on the chart. And of course do Red Heart Super Saver, bright yellow, which I have lots of, for Pac-Man. So because Pac-Man has to be in there somewhere. So that is my thoughts on that. And that is what I'm doing for my cubbyhole challenge. So that means I won't be drawing another cubbyhole number for a bit until I get finished with that. But that's okay. I think it's going to use up a lot of that black in there. Yeah, and some of my other colors. But I've almost used one full skein. I don't have the jumbo size black skeins. I have the 7-ounce Red Heart skein, that size, and I've got 2 or 3 of them in there, and I may have to get more before I'm finished. I don't know, but anyway, I'm enjoying it. I really am. So, and I know there was a lot. If you saw in the picture, there was a lot of bobbins connected to it, and so yeah, it is. But I really don't mind it. I have kind of a system how I use those bobbins and how I clip them onto my work and flip and manage them, and it's working out okay. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. Anyway, okay, so that is my project for my cubbyhole challenge, and I hope that you will follow along with me and watch it progress. Like I said, I will link that magic. What's it called? Magic Pixel Art, whatever that website. That terrible. Anyway, whatever the website was called, Magic Pixels something. I will link it down below in the description box to where takes you right to the Pac-Man Ghost chart. But while you're there, go ahead and look at her other charts because she's got tons of them, and they seem to be. I don't know if they're all free, but she has a lot of free ones. Okay. So let's go ahead and I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, of course, but I hope that you're working on something while you're listening to me chatter. So let's go ahead and get into my small talk conversation starter box of questions here, and I will answer a few of these questions. Okay, so the first one says, what is your most impressive athletic achievement? Well, that makes me laugh because I have never been athletic. No, I haven't. I was a band geek, you know, band nerd, whatever you want to call it. But that was my substitute for having to take PE or athletics in school. I had to take it 1 year during my junior high years, which was for me junior high or middle school was seventh grade and 8th grade only. It was 2 grades. I think now it's 6th, 7th, and 8th, but when I was in school it was 7th and 8th. So I was required to take PE one of those years, so I took it 7th grade to get it over with. And then I didn't have PE 8th grade, didn't have to, but then in high school I didn't have to take PE or athletics because I was in marching band, and I guess they thought, well, that can be a substitute for a PE physical education class anyway. But so when I'm reading this question, I'm thinking athletic achievement. Well, the only thing I can remember is kind of not real, I guess it's funny, I don't know, funny to me anyway. When I was in, it was probably junior high, like 7th grade, that last year that we did PE. You know, we even had track meets and stuff like that, you know, in PE. That it must have been 7th grade. Yeah, must have been. Anyway, I just remember that we were at the football field, and they had hurdles, you know, for the ones that would jump hurdles, you know, those things that stood up and it was a hurdle, you know. Anyway, and you're supposed to run and jump them, you know, and then keep running and jumping, you know. Well, they had them when they weren't in use. They had them just pulled onto the football field, the grassy area of the football field, on the field. And we were over there, probably they had us running laps or something, I don't know. But anyway, there was a hurdle there in the grass, not on the track, but just in the grass. And we were running or something, and then all of a sudden I thought, I wonder if I could jump that. I've never tried it before. And so I actually ran and jumped, and I jumped it, and I actually did it. I jumped 1 hurdle, but I never tried it again. I was so shocked and surprised that I actually did it without falling on my face or, you know, my foot hitting it and knocking it, you know, falling, whatever. I don't know. But I never tried it again because I was too afraid. I was afraid that I wouldn't make it over. So anyway, that's my most athletic achievement, is I did actually jump 1 hurdle one time. Okay. Next question. What is your earliest memory? Well, I think I must have been about 3, maybe, because two things, okay? I remember sleeping in a baby bed, and I think I must have slept in my baby bed until I was, you know, it wasn't like I was only 12 months old and I was put into a twin-size bed. No. I was, because I remember climbing in and out, being able to climb in and out of the baby bed. And I think probably, I need to ask my mom how old I was, but I'm thinking, I think I was probably about 3. And I do remember doing that. So I remember that. I also remember drinking out of a bottle, and the baby bottles at that time were glass. But I do actually, I remember drinking out of a bottle, but in all honesty or whatever, I think I must have drank out of a bottle a whole lot longer than they have babies drinking out of bottles now, because when my sons were like 12 months old, they were like, okay, time to put him in sippy cups and no bottle, you know, 12 months old for their birthday, you know, on their birthday or whatever. And back then we didn't do that, or at least I think babies, they must have drank out of baby bottles longer or something, because I do remember drinking out of one. So that's my earliest memory. far as I can remember. I remember riding on remember hobby horses? We called them hobby horses, right? It was a plastic horse that was on a frame with springs, and you could get on them and ride the horse. I remember having one in my bedroom. It was inside in my bedroom, and I remember riding on it, but I think I might have been a little older than that. I don't know. Okay. That's my answer to the question. Okay. Have you ever tried to live off the grid even for a few days? Off the grid. I guess that means like with no electricity and that sort of thing, right? Well, one time when my son, my older son, okay, my oldest, when he was still in diapers. So it must have been, he was walking though. So 18 months old, maybe 2 years old. I don't know. He didn't get out of diapers until he was 3. So it was before he was 3. Don't know exactly what year it was. Anyway, my husband and I rented a camper, like an RV camper, one that you pulled. We had to pull it behind our vehicle, and we went down to the beach and we camped on the beach for like 2 nights, I guess. And so I think that was off the grid because we had no. I guess there was a battery for lights, as far as I can know. I know. But I know we didn't have, I don't think we used the water tank. I don't know. But anyway, that was it. That one time, that was it. After that, no, hotel. But, or rent a house or, something. But yeah, that one time we did actually live, I guess, off the grid as far as we didn't have any running water or anything like that because we camped in a camper. Yeah. And I can't even remember if it had air conditioning or if we even had electricity with it. We might have just had like a lantern or something for our lights. I don't even remember now. I kind of think we didn't. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, that's all I can remember with that. Okay, what is your favorite type of cuisine or style of cooking? I would say probably Mexican, because that is the main one I use, besides just American food. I call it American food, but yeah, probably. Favorite type of cuisine or style. I do like Chinese food. But probably Mexican food over anything else, probably. Okay. What do you do for a living? Is that what you studied for as a career? Well, what do I do for a living? I'm a stay-at-home wife. I was a stay-at-home mom when my boys were at home, and I homeschooled them. So, yeah. I worked outside the house only when I was in college. Well, right after graduating college, I worked just for a few months, taking place of somebody that was on maternity leave at the health department at the college where I had graduated. And I did that for a little while. They offered me the job to stay on it was a secretarial job, but I was wanting to get pregnant at that time, and I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, so I didn't take the job. I mean, I didn't take the job permanent. Is it what I studied for as a career? Well, no, I don't guess. I don't know. I mean, that's what career I always wanted, was to be a wife and a stay-at-home mom like my mom was. But I went to school and I got a bachelor's degree in financial management, finance. So I was a finance major, but I've never worked outside the home using that degree. My husband says I'm the financial manager of the house because I'm the one that makes sure the bills are paid and that sort of stuff. But, yeah. So that's what I do for a living, besides here on YouTube. But this is not for a living. This is just for fun and to be part of a community and try to help others out, keep crochet alive, as much as I can to the following generations. Okay. Have you always lived in the same place, or have you moved around a lot? I have not moved around a lot. I grew up in a very tiny town less than 10,000. No, what am I saying? Well, yeah, less than 10,000. I would even say less than 6,000 people. Yeah, because the population was, when I was there, was like 5,500 and something or other. It was less than 6,000 people. It's a little town I grew up in. And now I am in a city, but it's like an hour away from there, where I grew up. But this is the only two places I have lived, So, no, I did not move around a lot. I came up here to the city, to San Antonio for school, for college. My husband, then boyfriend, now husband, did also. And then he got, when he got a job after he graduated college, he got a job in this area, in this city. And then we got married, and we've stayed in this city, ever since. So, no, I haven't moved around a lot. Not really. Okay. What is a particular achievement or milestone that you accomplished that you feel proud of? I guess raising my sons. Yeah, raising my sons, and I think they're good boys, good morals, just good people. And now they're, my older son is married and has a little family, and my younger son is about to get married in a really quick, less than 3 months. And so I think that I did a pretty good, successful job with that. So just raising them, So yeah, that's it. Okay. Would you rather play a video game, read a book, or go on a hike in nature? Well, I used to love playing video games, but not like the shoot 'em up type video games. I mean, the ones I like is like the arcade type games, like Pac-Man, Tetris, because it's like puzzle pieces that you got to put together. You got to think, I used to like to play the Lego, some of the Lego, like Lego Star Wars, the video games for those. I would play that with my son. I loved Mario and Donkey Kong, the kind of the arcade type based games. That's it. But I haven't played a video game in a long time. So, I guess I would say probably, maybe read a book. But I like video games too. Or board games. Or doing puzzles. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to go. I hope you had you are having a wonderful Tuesday. And, yeah, I'm real excited about this Corner to Corner project. I think it's going to be fun. And I forgot to mention, but I am doing, because I was trying to figure out like how big this thing is going to be, because it's 80 squares across by 100 squares tall. And so I decided, instead of using double crochets, which is the standard corner to corner type technique, I decided to do, like, I guess it's called the mini corner to corner. I don't know, but I'm using half double crochets instead of double crochets. So I'm thinking the width is going to be about 45 inches wide, and I can't even remember what I don't remember what the top was going to be, 50 something or 60 inches tall. Otherwise it was going to be like 50 something wide and a lot long, because it's 100 squares the other tall. And so I'm doing a mini corner to corner. And so, like I said, it's going to be about 45 inches wide. And then I think I will probably put a border around it, like a block stitch border, which can make it a little bit larger. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, is using half double crochets and an H hook, 5mm. Okay. I hope you enjoyed our visit today. I've always enjoyed coming in and chatting with you. Come back tomorrow and we will do Crafting with Friends, and I will show you my progress on my Crafting with Friends project and talk about other things I've worked on. Oh, and the Finish It Friday also. Yeah, that project. So come back tomorrow. We'll have another visit for Crafting with Friends. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow in the next video. Bye.